Hi, class. This is my audience, Bob, and he has questions for me today. Bob?
Okay. Question number one, what is your favorite sport? Question number two, is voting important? Question three, what is the value of knowing different cultures?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me think about that for a minute.
Okay.
Maybe I could do an improv on right now. My favorite sport is thinking about voting this year. But no, I think what I'm going to do is I'll pick which one was it? Okay, what is the value of knowing about different cultures? Okay, I like that question. And I like it because it says a lot about my life and really the things that have interested me the most. Um, I think I have an extra gene, and the gene is a diversity training gene. I'll just call it that for now. I love good food. I love meeting new people, and I really like traveling to new places. Now, if you put all of that together, that sounds very much like knowing about other cultures. And loving that means that it's very important to me, and I put great value on knowing about different cultures and different people and groups and traditions and belief systems. Uh, just a little bit on the food. Let me just say this. If I could do a map or a book, I think it would be all the best places to eat in the world. Because it seems like every time I go somewhere, I find myself saying to someone, "Oh, did you check out that little cafe?" Or "Did you have a chance to do that when you went to the shore?" Or "When you were in that state or that location, how about?" So a lot of my memories are built around food, but that works very beautifully with a lot of cultures and meeting other cultures because food's very important on a social level when you go and kind of just completely immerse yourselves in another culture. One of the things I like the most about meeting new people is the stories that they tell. And when you sit down and have a respectful conversation with those in other countries or other areas or even other states where you notice that there's a lot of differences, whether it's the language or the accent or the mannerisms or expressions, or even the way they look at things like meal times and call things breakfast, lunch, dinner, or breakfast, supper, and dinner, or none of the above. It's fun. Starbucks in some cases. So I appreciate that talking to people and having those respectful conversations with people, it gives you tremendous insight into who we are as just um, people. And I would like to talk all about the differences because certainly there are lots of little differences in terms of maybe the mannerisms or how we dress or how we speak and what's important and what's of value. And I recommend highly anyone that travels that that's something that they need to check up on. However, what also is important to emphasize is not the differences but the similarities. We are all very similar and want very much the same things. We want a safe home. We want to see our children do better than we did. And I love that everywhere I go when I talk to people, I hear that. And I hear that reflected in their comments. They want to be able to earn fair wages, have again a safe home, and provide well for their families. And they all, most of them at all, in most cases, I've always found people have some love of God, and their affection and love for that God is real and evident, and to be treated kindly and respectfully. Um, and then, of course, the other thing that is just a big bonus to anything about other cultures is that you get to see and go to new places. And there's such incredible beauty everywhere. Uh, I get a lot of questions all the time, having spent so much time in tropical areas, about those kinds of beautiful things, waterfalls, beautiful mountains and sea and ocean. But you know, one of the things that most recently spoke to me, believe it or not, was being in the desert of New Mexico. It was when I came around a corner and saw those multi-layered and colored buttes that sit in the beautiful areas as you drive through on your way to Santa Fe from Albuquerque. I just had a resounding sense of hearing God speak to me from Psalm 23, where he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Because I realized in that moment, God's table is so much bigger than mine. And perhaps that's what knowing and valuing other cultures is all about, is recognizing the fact that in his creation, it's all so much bigger than what our own hearts can take in. And if we just allow ourselves that step, that first curious, hi, how are you? It's bound to bring something very, very wonderful and very beneficial into your life. It was Mark Twain that said, "Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts." I believe that was from Innocents Abroad, and I completely concur. So, the value of knowing about different cultures, well, like I said, whether it's the food, the fun, the facts, the people themselves, or simply just looking at beautiful mountains, streams, and you name it, because it's all out there to see. Yeah, it's going to make a difference in your life. So go and meet a new friend. And hey, if they have a different outfit on, ask them about it. You might be surprised what you're going to learn. Thanks.